spend hundreds, if not thousands, to go on a short-term mission trip. And quite frankly, so many people go just unprepared. Well, we're by the border of Nepal. We've come back to Thailand, Jersey, Cambodia, Bangladesh, Paris. Here we are in Frankfurt main train station. Oh, hello. My name is Mathew Backholer, and I'm on a short-term mission here in Geneva, Switzerland. I've just finished my book called Mission Preparation Training. Basically, it's 29 subjects in 35 lessons, and with the full use of scripture, it covers all about short-term missions, the preparation before you go, making sure your own life is right before God, the practical side of financial, emotional, physical and mental preparation whilst before you go, and also whilst you're on the mission field. The book is split into 4 main sections: hearing and implementing the call of God, preparation for short-term mission, evangelism, teaching and discipleship, and ministering in the power of the Holy Spirit. At the end of the day, Jesus said that we had to go into all the world and to preach the gospel. But you need to hear from the Lord himself to find out where exactly he wants you to go, which country, which continent, or which people group. Having been on over 30 mission trips in over a decade and a half, we're all meant to learn from our experience, and I basically produced this book from the lessons that I have learned over many years of practical ministry. And I've tried to put it into a book to make it easier for other people who feel led to go on a short-term mission, or those who are just interested in fulfilling the Great Commission, to try and help them. The book is very practical. Many people spend hundreds, if not thousands, to go on a short-term mission trip, and quite frankly, so many people go just unprepared. I mean, they don't know what their culture's like. Sometimes they go to a country and they're not even sure what their first language or the second language is. They're unsure of the religion or the politics. And basically, it's ground preparation. I mean, sometimes people go and they expect silver service, they expect like amazingly clean hotel rooms, and sometimes that is the case, but when you're in a developing country, frequently it's not. I mean, you could be in the smog-filled alleys of Europe, you could be up in the Himalayan mountains, you could be amongst the multitudes of Latin America, amongst the flea-infested pits of Asia, malaria places of Africa, and it's basically to try to bring people down to earth. It's not going to be silver service. What is the biblical way of evangelism? How can you do it? What are the various forms and approaches? Because there's many ways you could basically leave tracts in strategic places. You could stand on a street corner and preach the gospel. You could pray for divine appointments. You could team up with other missionaries or other pastors, other missionary groups, and try to work with them. So there's many forms and there's many methods. Also, there's a form of social action, and a lot of mission organizations do social actions. They try to help people of a lesser standing. Money is always a big issue. You know, the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. But at the end of the day, you need money to go on short-term missions. And sometimes these missions can cost vast resources, hundreds, if not thousands. Let's face it, not everybody is being able to save that money. For some people, they need to approach their church and ask them, I feel led of God to go on a short-term mission. Can you help finance it? Maybe you could take the money out of your savings, or you could just seek God himself and say, God, I feel as if you want me to go on this mission trip. What shall I do? And of course, the book covers all the various biblical and scriptural approaches of how to get finances in a godly and a mature aspect. Well, I've been on over 30 short-term mission trips in more than a decade and a half, and it's so true. So many people go unprepared. Or several years ago, I went to India, and it was extreme culture shock. You know, I went unprepared, and I've been on many short-term mission trips. And so this book was kind of birthed out of that, to try and basically iron out problems before you go. And whilst you can all learn from bad mistakes, anybody going on a short-term mission trip will be really blessed. Covers the various aspects of evangelizing, teaching other Christians, and basic discipleship. We're called to go into all the world and to make disciples. It covers the various aspects of evangelism, how you can go about it. You know, shall we use tracts? Should we do the social gospel? In the book it covers about visas, about seeing your doctor or dentist before you go, because sometimes if you're in the mission field and you get a toothache, it's hard to live with. So prevention is always better than cure. Because it tells you what to budget for. The budget for any medicines, the budget for visas, what a hotel is meant to cost, all that kind of thing. Scams to look out for, what to beware of. The main purpose of my book is, in essence, it would help them to fulfill their part in the Great Commission, help you become good stewards of not only your finances, but the talents and the giftings that you have, to save you money whilst out on the mission field. Jesus said, go into all the world and make disciples of all the nations. And if you read the book, it would help iron out a lot of problems which you could or may encounter on the mission field. And from a practical perspective, it helps save you money so you could be a good steward of that which has been entrusted with you. And also it helps you, shows you and guides you of how to do practical evangelism and to make disciples. The mistakes that I have made and the other people I've been with on missions, which are many mission trips, we've been with many team members. Read the book, learn from the mistakes that I have made and that other people have made, so you can make the most from your mission trip. And also the book, it answers the questions which you've been asking and thinking in your mind.